Hello, you legendary friends. I'm with a very handsome, sexy man who's actually one of my mentors that helped me reboot my whole life. How are you, Stephen Thomas?
Oh, how can I follow an introduction like that? Edward Zia, I'm great. It's so brilliant to actually see you and talk to you. It's been too long.
I know, and I was just going to say, you're so skinny and handsome. I'm sorry you caught COVID to make you skinny, but you got COVID and everything, didn't you, you poor guy?
Yeah, we did just after Christmas. So it was a really interesting business lesson because we lost the whole of January. That was I was ill for the whole month. My partner was ill for the whole month, and look, now we're back. So that's behind us, and it's been a positive year apart from that.
Wow, just incredible. And just for the sake of the audience, and I've said this privately and I just want to say this publicly, is that before I met Lassie, I was very lucky to fly the UK and Steph absolutely mentored me and helped me reboot my whole life. And Steph, I just want to ask you actually, you helped me totally restart my whole life that led to me becoming the global LinkedIn success today. What did you see in me and how did you mentor me at the time to get me on the right track? I want to hear the things that you did to me that I'm not consciously aware of.
I just liked your energy. That's what I saw in you to answer that question. I know you know this, and I'm sure you've been told by many people, but you're just this boundless ball of energy. And I think because of the energy, when that is directed, because you've got a natural empathy as well, you're always going to be a brilliant networker. So I'm really flattered always when you say that, because you've said that to me before, but I also know that you were going to win. You were always going to win because you put your heart and soul into it, and you genuinely care about other people. So sorry this has turned into a bit of an Edward Zia love fest over here, but I don't think I did much. I know that you already had all of that in you in order to come out and be the success that you are.
Well, thank you for that. And I appreciate that. And you were able to give me key bits of knowledge to help me enable that quickly. Because I was just saying this before to Lassie, just before we jumped on the Zoom, that one of the big things that you taught me was you taught me how to network properly. And that actually really helped me take off as a global LinkedIn influencer. And also, too, it's helped us. Again, we're very lucky to be in Australia. We're pretty much lockdown free, the lockdown and COVID free. That also allowed me and us to launch our national face to face events. What were some of the networking lessons that you really taught me that you want to share with our fans across the world?
It's the thing about effort is the biggest lesson that I talk to people about, because I think people have an expectation that they'll go to a networking event and people are waiting there to buy from them, and you and I know that that's just not how it works. So if we think about the trust, when you meet someone for the first time, you know them, you start to decide whether you like them or not, and you don't know whether you trust them yet. What most people don't do is put any effort into building that trust with their audience.
Yeah.
So what I do, what I taught you, what you do massively is show the audience why they can trust you by putting in the effort to build the relationships, by keeping in touch with people one to one. It's something that you do so well. When I talk to other people about the benefit of putting this effort in, other people say to me, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of hard work. The real opportunity is that most people won't bother. But as well as putting stuff out there publicly on LinkedIn, you send private one-to-one messages to people. I get a message from you to say, hey, Stefan, I've seen that you've done this. I thought it was awesome. And that makes me think, wow, that guy's paying attention to me. So guess what? I then think, let's if I haven't for a day or so, let's go and check what Ed Zia is up to now that he's sent me that message. And so that effort is so worthwhile, but most people don't do it.
Wow, incredible and well said. And I was going to ask you as well, Stefan. I've seen you do. I mean, you've taken off. You're a successful national speaker talking the UK. You're a massive global networking leader. You've written a stack of books, including the official yellow. Was it the Gold and Black Networking? Oh my God, you got it there.
There you
Tell
go.
us a little bit about your book. Tell us a little bit about it. Quick sales pitch.
Oh, business networking for dummies changed my life and happened
Tell
around
us
the
about
time
it.
when happened around the time when I met you. There we're on camera. Um, I went to that the business show in London, And the guys from the Dummies series of books asked me if I'd write the book for them. They saw me speak, and then that experience has changed my life, and I became known as the speaker that I am now. Looking forward to traveling internationally as well again when we can, because I've done all my speaking for the last year. Pretty much all of it sat in this chair. So I'll be looking forward to getting back out on proper stages again.
Are you still able to travel yet in the UK? Are you still relatively locked in position? Are you still able to move yet?
We're still pretty much locked in position. We've started being able to travel in the UK, but most international destinations are closed to us still. And look, you know, what I do, I believe is important to business people, but it's not important enough for me to be flying around the world yet. We're just coming out of UK lockdown, but it's going to be a long process, I think, before we're properly back to normal in this. We envy you guys, we really do.
I'll tell you what, pumped to have you in Australia, and our massive network awaits you, which we'll come back to. But I just want to ask you, what are some of your top networking tips you want to give to our wonderful fans around the world? Go, Steph.
Oh, be yourself. You know, you've done it over the years. I've done it as well. We started off when we went networking trying to be this cameo of ourselves, this caricature, and since you've relaxed into being Edward Zia, and since I've relaxed into being Steph Thomas, people get to know the real us. So be yourself at networking events. Don't feel that you have to put on this sort of suit of armor. Make it really simple for people to understand what you do. So many people need to dumb down what they say in their 60 or 40-second networking introduction. People want to big it up, but actually what they should do is dumb it down so that everyone in the room understands it. You need everyone in the room to understand what you do enough so that they can pass it on to other people. That was 2 tips. I guess the third one is that everything is about what happens after the networking event. What I say to people, you can be the most timid, shy person in the room and still make a huge success of networking if you put the effort into following up with people afterwards. Let me show you something. This is live. I've just come out of a networking event here in Oxford, in the UK, and there on that side of my book, they're the names of the people who I've now sent LinkedIn messages to. So a few people that I had one-to-ones with, I was invited to a launch of a new BNI chapter in here in Oxford. Most people don't do that. I jot down the names of all the people I want to connect with afterwards and then do it. Everything in networking is about what you do after the event, how you keep in touch with people. And interestingly, you're an international LinkedIn influencer. Exactly the same applies to LinkedIn as well. It's how much effort you put into the relationships.
Well, it's funny you say that, because one of the key reasons that taken off globally on LinkedIn is because I've taken the face-to-face lessons you taught me and I just plugged a lot into LinkedIn, and what works in the real world, strangely enough, works on LinkedIn. Fancy that. People, it turns out humans use LinkedIn.
Behind every screen, behind every keyboard is a human being, and that's what you've hit on. Of course, the same lessons work because we're dealing with people, even though we're seeing them through a screen at the moment, if we're in England.
Wow, incredible. Steph, I'm going to say big thank you. I know you're a busy man. I just want to give you the final word. What is your final word and closing thoughts to our beautiful, sexy fans across the world?
March the 16th, 2020, had I not put the effort into building up my network, I would not have had the success this year that I've had. On March the 16th, 2020, when we started the process of lockdown in England, when a lot of my income for last year was going to drift away, I was able to start picking up the phone to people who I've put the effort into getting to know and developing work out of that, and developing what's turned out to be a pretty new business out of all of that, because I had a network who trusted me. That was my final word.